IBF Portal Video Guide. Impact-Based Forecasting Portal, or the IBF Portal, is a tool to help with disaster management. This portal is specific to droughts and shows the potential population exposed to droughts forecasted in Zimbabwe for the upcoming 7 months. In order to use the IBF portal, you will have received an email with a link and your login credentials. When you click on the link, it will open up this login screen, which contains a welcome message. In this message, there is a link to watch the IBF Portal video guide that you are currently watching. Please also note the message mentions which browsers are best suited to use. You can enter your username and password to log in. Currently, we are looking at the non-triggered state of the dashboard, which means that there are no triggers activated for a drought disaster. This screen could be divided into 7 main parts. At the top of the screen, you see the top menu. Below the top menu, you see the situational overview that is split up into hazard selection, chat box column, and the indicators column. To the right, you see the map, and to the far right, you see the Layers tab. It is important to note that the dashboard shown in this video is not the final product, and some functionalities do not work yet. Hence, you see the label Environment Stage at the top of the dashboard. At the top, we see the main menu. The button at the top left corner is the Home button, which is currently only used by the development team. To the right of that, you see the account name that you've logged in with. The Logout button allows you to log out. The Export View button opens a pop-up with an explanation on how to make a screenshot of the map. To the right of the Export button, you see the logos of the organizations that have collaborated on this IBF portal. To the left of the dashboard, you see the Situational Overview header with today's date. The hazard selection displays the icon representing the disaster type the portal pertains to, in this case, drought. The navy fill means that the hazard dashboard is in a non-triggered state. The chat box in the left column always has messages as speech bubbles to help you navigate the dashboard. It explains the IBF portal and its current state. In this case, when you read it, it tells you there are no drought triggers activated. The About Trigger button will take you to the technical manual of the IBF portal, which explains the data, the model, and the early actions. The Video Guide button takes you to the video you are currently watching. The Indicators column, here in the center, has a title at the top that always shows which area is selected on the map. In this case, it's all of Zimbabwe. The data shows the potentially exposed population, which in a non-triggered state is 0. The total population can be seen here, and always refers to the area selected on the map, in this case, all of Zimbabwe. Both cattle and small ruminants potentially exposed can be seen here. In this case, it's 0. The information icons to the right of these sections allows you to open up a pop-up that further explains where this data comes from and how it is calculated. To exit the pop-up, you click the X button. To the right of the Indicators column, you see the map. Above the map, you see a series of months. Month that is surrounded with a bold navy box is April, and is the month where the model for drought is programmed to show predictions. Below the months, we see different administrative divisions. For this specific dashboard, the divisions are provinces, districts, and wards. The administrative division, highlighted in dark navy, indicates which one is currently selected. The administrative division boundaries appear as light grey lines on the map. As you scroll over the map, you see that the areas become highlighted. Simply click to select the area you want to know more about. In this case, you've selected Masvingo. Here you can see that the total population for Masvingo is different to the total population of all of Zimbabwe. To clear the selection, simply go to the title in the Indicators column and press X. To navigate in the map, you can zoom with the use of the plus and minus sign at the top left of the map. You can also use your mouse to zoom, but do ensure that you only do this within the map area. By clicking the Layers tab to the right of the map, you can open the Layers column. By clicking on the layer, you can add layers to the map. For example, by clicking on water points, you can add water points to the map. This may take some time to load. The information icons to the right of these sections allows you to open a pop-up with further explanation on where this data comes from and how it was calculated. To close this pop-up, simply select X. Now we are going to simulate a triggered state. Here you see the IBF dashboard in a triggered state. The icon in the hazard selection has turned from navy to purple. The speech bubbles in the chat box have also changed from navy to purple. The first speech bubble tells you a trigger warning for drought has been activated and when it was activated. Central column title shows that 3 provinces are exposed. These are the affected areas. The exposed population is indicated here. The 3 provinces are also highlighted with bold red outlines on the map. You can select one of these provinces, for example, Manicaland. When you do this, you see the relevant data for this province is updated in the central column. The same goes for cattle exposed and small ruminants. When you select an area, a checklist for the early actions for this area will also show in the chat section. These actions are divided up in the 7 areas of focus. With this checklist, you can keep track of which EAP actions are done and which are still to do. For example, if you hear from a branch manager in the field that the action for livelihoods and basic needs has been completed, you can click the checkbox next to the action. You can submit the completed actions by clicking Save. Then a pop-up will tell you that these are saved in the database. Simply press outside of this to close the pop-up. The action summary in the central column should also then update. The action summary gives an overview of their status pertaining to the 7 areas of focus. To the right of each area of focus, you can see how many actions are done of the total amount needed. For example, 1 of 1 actions are complete for livelihoods and basic needs. If you have decided that you and the response team no longer need to follow the trigger alert and the actions therefore, you can click Close Alert. Please follow the instructions carefully when you do this. We hope this video manual adequately guided you through this dashboard and the functions needed. For every IBF portal, there is also a PDF manual. Please read the PDF manual to ensure full understanding of the product. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.